And turning away from the AFCON qualifiers now, the first ever conference on the eligibility to compete in women's sports on African soil has taken place at the University of Pretoria. The conference saw legal and medical minds gather to discuss the IAAF's new hyper-androgenism regulations, which take effect in November.
The Caster Semenya case is not just about sport or gender. It's about ethics and science. It is by no means a simple case of science being the determining factor either, because if the science used by the IAAF is wrong and in fact manipulated to suit them, then the new regulations implemented are not only cruel but discriminatory and need to be changed.
As we know, 1st of November regulations are coming into act. So this conference is just there to start up a conversation again and get people talking again like they did when the regulations were first announced.
The 27-year-old has been a dominant force since bursting onto the scene in 2008, but despite her success, the girl from Limpopo was shunned and calls grew for the IAAF to ban her from competing because she clearly had an unfair advantage.
I'm ashamed to say that I didn't respect her as I should have in 2009 when I competed against her, but now I just have such enormous and unreserved respect for Caster Semenya, because I think what she has achieved as an athlete, given the pressure that she's under, is just absolutely extraordinary, and she's an amazing role model for our sport.
The 800-metre world champions legal team, which includes Professor Steve Cornelius, who resigned from the IAAF's disciplinary tribunal as a result of the new regulations, will need to have a unique approach at the Court of Arbitration for Sport.
We need to differentiate legal with sport. A CASA is a sport court, not a law court. So the approach is going to be different to if she was bringing this in a law court. But I think they should have a look at the previous precedent of Duty Charmed. Perhaps also the previous case of Oscar Pistorius, who also challenged his right to compete as well, because it is about discrimination.
It is unclear who is responsible for monitoring the members of the IAAF who devised the controversial new regulations, as they are prejudicial to athletes and clearly fall into a legal loophole, as it is the third lifeline the IAAF has been granted on the hyper-androgenism matter.
No one is regulating the legislators of these legislation and these policies. So in time, if no one takes the steps to do that, it's going to be a continuous cycle. So yes, my short answer is yes, it will come to an end, because it's obviously prejudicial, but it's not the end of it.
The IAAF's new regulations have certainly raised eyebrows, and with Caster Semenya at the centre of the storm, has prompted discussions like these. The big talking points: why is the IAAF targeting athletes like Caster Semenya, and is the Court of Arbitration for Sport in fact the right place for this matter to be decided? CS du Plessis, CGTN, Pretoria.